Thors Thunder Thoughts. Your thoughts are your most powerful asset that you have, that you can utilize on an every single day basis. I created this podcast to help you weaponize those thoughts and level them up. What is going on, Viking crew? I hope you're just slaying the day. I hope so. I really, really do. Because you deserve it. You deserve to have the best day. But I'm ready to make it better, and I'm ready to just dive into this. Anyways, a couple days ago, I hit up one of these podcasts. Go check it out if you haven't already. But it was about neuroplasticity and the story that you're telling yourself. And I felt like I left a little bit of meat on the bone on that one. And I felt like if I described a little bit more and told you guys a story, because storytelling is the best way to go about things. To really make the impact. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a story. And I think it's really going to hit home for you. So strap on in, get ready for story time. Grab your cup of joe or cocoa or tea or whatever you normally drink. And let's rock this one. Anyways, so there's this thing called neuroplasticity. It's basically how you think of yourself in your brain. And what happens is we get these images in our brains that will restrict us from actually being able to achieve certain things. And that's why it's so important to tell yourself things that you're grateful for in your life. Tell yourself things that you're grateful for that are going to come to you. Tell yourself things that maybe you're not doing right now but are about to do. And continue to put those things in your brain, because we do have a massive amount of limited beliefs inside ourselves, right? So the story that I want to tell you is about this sales guy, and his name's Joe, and not a cup of Joe, but actually Joe. And he was a sales dude. He broke into the sales industry, and his first year ever in the sales industry, he set a bunch of records for the company that he was working for. And it was crazy, and they were like so pumped. We're just going to say like he made $50,000 in his first year. And they were so pumped. They were just like, man, Joe, you're amazing. Super pumped. What we're going to do is we're going to give you a new area to work in next year. And he's like, cool. So this area just had more wealthier people in it, easier buy, but, more money there. So they felt like because of the area that he had in the first place, it kind of limited him, and he was such an overachiever that they wanted to give him the opportunity to just simply crush it. Anyways, so he goes in, and this next year, he hits $50,000 again. And they're pissed at Joe because he should have easily 2x the amount of income with the opportunity that they had. And they're like, Joe, what happened? And they're like, I don't know, man. Like, maybe I just was in a rut. I don't know. And they're like, okay, cool, Joe. Well, anyways, man, like, we're going to give you another area next year. So they give him a whole new area next year. And they're like, we expect better things. They give him some coaching, some mentorship, new tools that have come out, and they send him out. New area, worse area this year. Anyways, he goes out and he crushes it all the way until October. And on October, he hits $50,000. So he's on pace to just dominate his whole year ever. But he gets sick. And as soon as he hits $50,000, he gets sick, and he's sick for the rest of the year. And he doesn't heal until January 1st. I didn't know what was going on with Joe, because every year he's just hitting $50,000. No matter what situation they put him in, good climate, bad climate, give him more tools, give him less tools, all those kind of things. No matter what, he's finishing off the years at $50,000. So they sit him down, and they have this conversation with him at the beginning of the following year. And they're like, Joe, man, it seems like you just keep hitting these numbers. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, we want to make sure that you're successful. We really like you. We invested 3 years into you. Like, what's going on? We're going to put you into some psychoanalysis and get somebody in here to ask you some questions so we can help you make some breakthroughs. And they're like, cool. And what they discovered was in Joe's brain, through the questions that they're asking him, that he thought that he was a $50,000 a man guy. He thought that that's all that he could ever make. he thought that, $50,000 was good. $50,000 was his limit, and $50,000 he could never break because making more than $50,000 was just too hard and out of the question for him. And they just did not understand that how he got to this point, and they'd never seen somebody achieve such consistent results like that. So they went into some extra things, and they started working on his neuroplasticity inside his head. No, that's not brain surgery or anything like that. That's just telling yourself different stories about yourself. And so they started changing the way that he thought about himself. And they did these exercises with him. And over this next year, they worked together, and his goal for the year was then to make 200K. And that's the programming that they put into his brain. And because that was the program that they put into his brain, guess what? Joe made 200K that exact year after they put that into effect. And what I want to roundabout tell you about this story is, for you right now, and I know for used to be me, I never thought I would be a manager of a business, for one. So when I became a manager of a business, I always thought I wasn't qualified for the job, and I didn't deserve the job. Even though I tried really hard, I got really, really good results. But when it came to actually me getting things back from the company, I just thought I was fortunate enough to have the job I had. So I never really pushed myself to be making more money, just to be doing a good job for the company, because, I was just so fortunate to even have the position. Now, gratitude like that is great, but gratitude where you're also not giving yourself the benefit of what you're actually worth, what you can actually achieve, is not going to help you long term. So you have to break that mold, just like Joe was able to, and change the thought patterns within your head. That can go into those daily practices of telling yourself who you really want to be and how you really want to show up every single day, going over the goals that you have and working towards them. And most times in life, it's not the skills that you have or you don't have. It's the thought processes that you have or you don't have. And being able to change those thought processes inside your head, just like Joe was able to, will unlock so much more abundance in your life. So if you've been capped and you've been stuck for a while, and you're in a situation where maybe you're at a job and that's also capped, and you know that you can't go anywhere there, and it's just a vicious circle every single year, get yourself into some type of opportunity that is going to be more conducive for your growth. Start working on how you see yourself and just watch that abundance come in. It's going to be a crazy different change for you. But if you work on this every single day, the change will come. But anyways, that's my story. That's Joe's story. That's the way that I've been able to break through over and over and over again and level myself up over and over and over again. It's working on my neuroplasticity and changing the way that I see myself. And that is going to be the way that you unlock new heights in your life as well. Anyways, I hope this helped. If this did help, I'm sure it did. As long as you implement it, then please share this with another person. Please give them story time and help them break through their stagnant life. That is the best gift that you can ever give anyone. Anyways, guys, I will see you on that next episode. Much love.